Hello, this is Kurt from Grand Purpose Piano. We're replacing the hammers and the dampers on the Steinway Style 40 console piano right now. Just a couple of shots of what the hammers looked like, and the dampers, everything was hard, and the hammers were all worn. So, arrival of the new Steinway hammers here, and these are pre-board. That's the way they sell them. And talking to the technician, I had thought that this was going to be a good fit. He told me that if they were a little loose, that I could use a little bit of cheesecloth or whatever. And as it turned out, I don't want to do it that way. They were too loose. So I filled them all with maple dowels, cut them and trimmed them, and then went ahead and customized them. See, this is the difference between a custom shop and somebody that will just use the parts that are offered to them. So the hammers themselves were the wrong thickness as well. They had to be trimmed, or else they would rub one against the other too much. So I matched the old thickness of the original hammer, and I modify it. You can see in this picture here how much of a difference there is, and that's how much I'll be taking off all the hammers. That will give plenty of space for the hammers to be able to move without rubbing against one another. I use a micrometer and get it going that way. And I re-drill them out. I find out the proper boring distance. This is a very good tool that I have here. It will get the proper angle. You can see that it's being drilled out at an angle. Copy the angle of the original part, and then drill. But you don't want to drill all the way through. You only want to go almost to the very end, but not all the way through on an upright hammer. So I'll be going through all these parts, and you already saw that I trimmed them down to the proper size. Then I could go ahead and start installing them. Now, it's wonderful to be able to do it this way because all the hammers fit beautifully on the original shank. Everything was nice and tight. The angles were perfect. As a matter of fact, I reduced the angle that they had in the base. They had too much of an angle, and so I improved it there. Anyway, so went ahead and put all the parts on. And then after this job is done, then I can go ahead and start working on the dampers. Now, with the dampers, it's also custom work. You just can't put on stock dampers because on these pianos, nothing really matches, and you can't buy this part like this. It's a flat plus a tri-cord felt, so I have to strip down new dampers and then put on the ones that I need to put on. You see, I'm customizing all these here to match the original part. And I could go ahead and put the dampers on in the piano. This way it's all lining up nicely with the string. I've done a lot of preparatory work as well, making sure all the dampers were aligned with the strings. So now that when I put the damper felts on, they fall right in place. So everything here is going very smoothly. It's a great job. It's a lot of fun when everything works out nice. It takes time to prepare it all, but once you get going, it turns out beautiful. So this is all the old parts, and this is with all the new parts on. Well, thanks for visiting. Come back again when we're just about ready to finish this piano up at Grand Purpose Piano, where your great expectation is our grand purpose.